When people think of World War II, they think of tanks and aircraft, but some of the most dangerous missions were carried out on two wheels. These are the motorcycles that actually served in World War II. Let's begin with the United States. Harley-Davidson WLA, the legendary Liberator. More than 70,000 were built for the Allied forces. Rugged, dependable, and easy to repair, this machine became the defining symbol of American military mobility. Harley-Davidson WLC. This version was produced specifically for Canadian and Commonwealth forces. It used the same reliable V-twin engine as the WLA, with minor changes to suit British supply and logistics systems. Harley-Davidson XA, a rare and unusual machine. It was built after the U.S. military requested a motorcycle suited for desert warfare. Featuring a flat twin engine and shaft drive, it closely mirrored the German BMW layout. Only around 1,000 units were ever produced. Next, Harley-Davidson U8, an older and heavier design adapted for auxiliary and military police duties. It was often used for towing and support roles. Its massive 1,200cc engine provided strong pulling power, though at the cost of speed. Indian 741B, Indian's primary lightweight military motorcycle. This 500cc machine was reliable and easy to maintain. However, many troops criticized it for lacking the raw power of the larger Harley models. Indian 640B, a military version of the famous Indian Scout. Developed relatively late in the war, it was strong and fast. In fact, it was considered superior in performance to the Harley WLA, but it was produced in limited numbers. Indian 841, another response to German shaft drive designs. Its longitudinally mounted engine helped improve cooling in hot climates. The motorcycle performed very well during trials, but production was cancelled as the U.S. moved towards standardization. Indian 340B and 344, heavy-duty sidecar motorcycles, often based on the Indian Chief. These machines were widely used by British and Commonwealth forces. They handled reconnaissance duties and hauled heavy loads across rough terrain. Cushman Model 53 Airborne Scooter, a tiny motorcycle built specifically for U.S. paratroopers. Nicknamed the Cushman, it could be dropped by parachute inside a crate. Once on the ground, it provided fast local transportation behind enemy lines. Simplex Servicycle, a minimalist, lightweight motorbike. It was used mainly by stateside forces for training and messenger duties. Its small, single-cylinder engine emphasized simplicity and reliability. Now, Germany. BMW R75, perhaps the most famous German military motorcycle of the war. This heavy machine featured driven wheels on both the bike and sidecar, connected by a differential. The result was exceptional off-road performance in mud, snow, and rough terrain. It was a true masterpiece of wartime engineering. BMW R12, the standard German heavy motorcycle before the R75. While strong and dependable, it lacked the advanced sidecar drive system. Even so, tens of thousands served reliably throughout the conflict. BMW R71, a highly influential pre-war design. While it did see limited early wartime service, its greatest legacy came afterward. The design was licensed, or possibly reverse-engineered, by the Soviet Union. It became the direct blueprint for the famous Soviet M72, BMW R35, a simpler, single-cylinder motorcycle used mainly for messenger and military police duties. It was rugged, reliable, and far easier to maintain than the larger Boxer twins. Production continued even after the war under Soviet control. Zündapp KS750, the primary rival to the BMW R75. This heavy sidecar combination matched its competitor feature for feature. It used a shaft drive and a hydraulically damped sidecar wheel. Renowned for massive torque and extreme durability, it excelled in the harshest conditions. Zündapp K800, a unique machine powered by a four-cylinder engine. Though far less common than the Boxer twins, its smooth power delivery and high cruising speed made it highly valued. It was especially effective for escort missions and long-distance liaison duties. Zündapp KS600, the military version of Zündapp's 600cc civilian sport motorcycle. Fast and dependable, it was often used solo for scouting and command courier roles during the early war years. Zündapp K500W, WW2, a solid 500cc flat twin design that predated the KS series. It lacked the advanced features of later models. However, its simplicity and reliability kept it in frontline service throughout the war. Zündapp DB200, the smallest motorcycle supplied by Zündapp to the Wehrmacht. This modest 200cc two-stroke was mainly used for training and light communication tasks far behind the front lines. NSU Kettenkrad. Is it a tractor? Is it a motorcycle? It's the Kettenkrad. This extraordinary half-track vehicle could be ridden or towed. It was devastatingly effective in deep mud and snow and capable of hauling heavy loads where trucks failed. NSU 251 OSL, a 250cc overhead valve motorcycle widely used by communication units. It offered respectable speed and excellent fuel efficiency compared to the larger twins. NSU 601 OSL, the largest and heaviest of the OSL range. It provided strong performance for high-speed dispatch riding and could also support light sidecar duties. Originally a successful civilian design, it adapted extremely well to military service. DKW NZ350, one of the most common German military motorcycles, especially on the Eastern Front. This rugged two-stroke single was famous for easy maintenance and reliability. Later versions were simplified to conserve critical wartime materials. DKW RT125, the smallest motorcycle produced by DKW. Its design was so successful that it was seized after the war. It became the foundation for motorcycles worldwide, including the Harley-Davidson Hummer and the Soviet Minsk. Triumph BD250W, produced by Triumph's German factory in Nuremberg. This lightweight 250cc machine served the Wehrmacht as a dispatch and communications motorcycle. Now let's move to the United Kingdom. BSA M20, the backbone of British dispatch rider units. More than 126,000 were built. It was slow and heavy, but extremely simple and forgiving to ride. That made it perfect for quickly trained wartime riders. Norton 16H, a pre-war side valve design that saw extensive service, especially in early desert campaigns. It was tough, dependable, and widely respected, often fitted with sidecars, though rear suspension was a luxury rarely provided. Norton Big 4, a massive motorcycle almost always seen with a sidecar. It was designed for heavy towing and personnel transport. On some versions, the sidecar wheel was also driven. This gave it excellent traction in mud, sand, and poor terrain. Royal Enfield WD-RE, nicknamed the Flying Flea. This tiny 125cc motorcycle was famously used by British airborne forces. It could be dropped by parachute inside a protective cage. Once on the ground, it gave paratroopers instant mobility behind enemy lines. Royal Enfield WD-CO, a medium-weight 350cc overhead valve motorcycle. It was widely used by British and Commonwealth forces across multiple theaters. Crews praised it for solid performance, reliability, and endurance. Matchless G3L. This motorcycle was revolutionary for one key reason. It introduced telescopic front forks. That gave it far better handling than the older girder fork designs. Dispatch riders quickly grew to love it. Triumph 3HW, a lightweight 350cc overhead valve machine. After Triumph's Coventry factory was bombed in 1940, production shifted. This forced a redesign, and the 3HW became Triumph's standard military motorcycle. Aerial with NG, the military version of the civilian Aerial NG, a rugged and dependable 350cc overhead valve design. It was commonly used for dispatch and reconnaissance duties throughout the war. Velocet Max, a specialized 350cc motorcycle adapted for military service. Only small numbers were produced. Despite that, it earned a reputation for precision engineering and efficiency. Excelsior Wellbike, a motorcycle designed purely for airborne operations. This ultra-compact folding bike used a tiny 98cc engine. It was dropped in a container and issued to paratroopers. It saw notable action during Operation Market Garden. James ML, developed later in the war to meet demand for lightweight military motorcycles. ML stood for Military Lightweight. It shared a similar engine size to the Wellbike. Unlike the Wellbike, it did not fold, making it simpler and sturdier. Now moving to the Soviet Union. M72, the primary Soviet heavy sidecar motorcycle. It was heavily based on the German BMW R71 design. Thousands were produced and served served reliably on the Eastern Front. Many were fitted with a mounted machine gun, TIZ AM-600, a robust, medium-capacity Soviet motorcycle built at the Taganrog factory. It used a reliable single-cylinder engine. This model served widely as a scout and communications vehicle. PMZ A750, a heavy Soviet V-twin motorcycle from the early war period. While powerful, it was difficult to manufacture and maintain. It proved less reliable than the later M72 in harsh frontline conditions. IZH-8 and IZH-9. These models represented standard light and medium motorcycles from the IZH factory. They handled dispatch and light personnel transport duties. Their designs were often influenced by pre-war DKW motorcycles. L300, often called the Red Star, a simple pre-war Soviet motorcycle with a 300cc engine. It was mainly used for training, liaison, and light communications. Now let's move to Japan. Rikuo Type 97, the standard Japanese heavy military motorcycle. It was essentially a licensed copy of a pre-war Harley-Davidson. It saw widespread service with the Imperial Japanese Army. Type 93, an earlier Japanese sidecar motorcycle. While rugged, it was often underpowered. This made it less effective in jungle and rough Pacific terrain. Kurogane Type 95, a very unusual design. It used a reverse V-twin engine and a three-wheel layout, one wheel up front, two in the rear. It offered good stability, but was complex to maintain. Now to Italy. Moto Guzzi Alce, nicknamed the Elk, the primary 500cc military motorcycle of the Italian Army. It was known for toughness and its distinctive transverse single-cylinder engine. Moto Guzzi Trialce, a three-wheeled military adaptation of the Alce, essentially a motorized tricycle truck. It was heavily used for transport duties in North Africa and on the Eastern Front. Benelli 500 VLM, a solid 500cc single-cylinder motorcycle. It served with Italian forces and later with German units after 1943. It was valued for its durability and simplicity. Gilera LTE 500, another core 500cc single used by the Royal Italian Army, designed purely for military service. It was prized for reliability during long, punishing campaigns. Gilera Marte, Gilera's heavy military motorcycle. It used a boxer twin engine and shaft drive. This was Italy's answer to the advanced German BMW and Zündapp designs. Viberti Moto Guzzi Ermoto 125, a tiny folding paratrooper motorcycle. Italy's answer to the British Well bike, light enough to be carried by a single soldier, designed for rapid reconnaissance behind enemy lines. Bianchi Supermilitare 500, a respected military motorcycle with a large single-cylinder engine. Bianchi was a major supplier to Italian forces. These bikes served across North Africa and the Balkans. Certum 500 MCM, built by a smaller Italian manufacturer. Despite that, it was accepted into military service, a conventional and robust design used mainly for staff and liaison duties. Moving on to France. Gnome-et-Rhônes AX2, a rugged French side-valve V-twin motorcycle. It saw early service with the French Army before the collapse of 1940. After France fell, many captured examples were quickly pressed into service by German forces. Gnome-et-Rhônes 750 XA, a powerful 750cc French military motorcycle. It used a flat twin boxer engine instead of a V-twin. This lowered the center of gravity and greatly improved off-road handling and stability. Terreau HDA, a standard medium-capacity French dispatch motorcycle. Terreau was one of the main suppliers to the French military. Its designs were conservative but highly reliable. Terreau RD, a lighter and more agile dispatch model. This single-cylinder motorcycle was widely used for courier and light reconnaissance duties before France fell. Peugeot P107, a robust and popular medium-weight military motorcycle. Like many French machines, it finished the war wearing German camouflage after being captured. Peugeot P110 to P112. Peugeot's contribution to heavy military transport. These 500cc twin-cylinder motorcycles were capable of carrying sidecars. They were commonly used for staff transport and heavier utility roles. René Gillet Type G1, one of the largest motorcycles adopted by the French Army. Displacing 750cc, it was primarily used as a powerful sidecar combination. It supported reconnaissance and frontline support units. Now moving to Belgium. FN M12, a heavy Belgian sidecar motorcycle built by FN. Originally designed Designed for colonial service, it was extremely robust. It saw limited combat use during the German invasion of 1940. FN M86, a reliable 350cc single-cylinder motorcycle. It served as the primary dispatch and courier bike for Belgian forces in the pre-war period. Gillette Herstal 720AB, a powerful Belgian flat-twin motorcycle. Like other Belgian machines, it saw intense but short combat service before the country fell. Cerolia 38H, a lightweight military motorcycle from Cerolia. It was mainly used for internal communications and light reconnaissance duties. Now let's look at Poland. Sokół 1000, the standard heavy Polish military motorcycle before the 1939 invasion. This massive 1000cc V-twin was known for its strength and durability. It was frequently paired with a sidecar for reconnaissance and command roles. Sokół 600 RT, a medium-capacity motorcycle introduced shortly before the war. It was agile and fast. During the invasion of Poland, it served as a reconnaissance and dispatch vehicle. And finally, other nations. Monarch Albin M42, Sweden's primary military motorcycle, designed specifically for neutrality defense. This rugged 500cc machine was built to survive extreme Scandinavian winters. Condor A580, the standard motorcycle of the Swiss Army during World War II. It used a side-valve boxer engine. Swiss build quality made it exceptionally durable for mountain operations. Universal A1000, a massive 1000cc motorcycle used by Swiss forces. Its powerful boxer engine made it ideal for heavy sidecar hauling and alpine patrols. Mare, a Hungarian motorcycle often built using British engines. Military versions were rugged V-twins. They were primarily used by Hungarian forces on the Eastern Front.